Why are we afraid? The science of fear. Fear. Just the word alone can cause your heart to race, your palms to sweat, and a shiver to crawl up your spine. But why do we feel it? And why does fear hold such power over us? In this exploration, we'll delve into the science of fear, its roots, its influence, and its undeniable role in our survival. Brace yourself as we uncover the fascinating and sometimes terrifying secrets behind one of humanity's most primal emotions. Imagine being an ancient human, surrounded by predators lurking in the shadows, or natural disasters striking unexpectedly. For our ancestors, fear wasn't just an occasional inconvenience, it was a life-saving sensation. When faced with danger, those who feared appropriately survived. The fight-or-flight response, a term coined by psychologists, emerges in moments when the brain perceives danger. Within milliseconds, the body springs into action. Adrenaline floods our veins, cortisol surges, and our heart beats frantically. But where does it all begin? A small, almond-shaped structure nestled deep within the brain, the amygdala, is the command center of fear. It processes incoming threats and decides whether we should fight, flee, or freeze. This mechanism ensured our ancestors could outrun a predator or react quickly to natural hazards. The stakes were high. Fear meant survival. Yet even today, when most of us don't face saber-tooth predators, the ancient machinery of fear persists, often triggered by modern challenges. Breathe deeply for a moment and place yourself in a situation that scares you. Perhaps it's standing at the edge of a cliff, walking into a dimly lit alley, or hearing an unexpected creak at night. What happens inside your body? As soon as the amygdala detects a potential threat, a cascade of biological events begins. It sends a distress signal to the hypothalamus, another critical brain region, prompting it to unleash stress hormones like adrenaline and cortisol. This cocktail of hormones prepares the body for action. Your heart races to pump more blood to your muscles, your senses sharpen, and your breathing quickens to deliver oxygen faster. This highly coordinated response, while critical for survival in the wild, can feel overwhelming in everyday life. A raised voice at work or spiders crawling across a floor can ignite the same physiological storm. Fear is a deeply ingrained biological reaction, but its effects are often exaggerated in modern settings, sometimes leaving us paralyzed by situations that aren't truly life-threatening. Fear, however, doesn't live solely in the body. It intertwines with our minds, anchoring itself to our personal histories, experiences, and even the collective social and cultural structures around us. Have you ever wondered why some people are terrified of harmless spiders or harmless situations like public speaking? Psychologically, fear is learned in various ways. Through classical conditioning, we can associate fear with a specific object or event. A child stung by a bee might develop a lifelong fear of buzzing insects. Similarly, negative experiences, traumatic events, or even societal beliefs can shape our fears. Moreover, cultural influences mold what we fear. Certain societies may raise us to fear supernatural entities, while others instill fear of failure or shame. This goes beyond instincts. It is fear shaped by the mind and the society we inhabit. As an emotion, fear doesn't have to be rational. It thrives in uncertainty, quietly whispering, "What if?" into your thoughts. What if they don't like me? What if I can't escape? What if something goes wrong? The stories we tell ourselves fuel our fears, binding us to its control, sometimes for years. Though fear is unsettling, it isn't our enemy. It's a double-edged sword, keeping us safe but also motivating us to act. Fear helps us avoid dangerous or harmful situations. The fear of heights, for example, serves as a protective boundary, ensuring we stay far from the edge of a precarious cliff. This built-in alarm system has evolved to keep us alive. But fear doesn't just drive us away from danger, it can also push us toward action. A looming deadline can spur productivity, while the fear of losing someone might compel us to mend broken relationships. Fear has a way of sharpening our focus, urging us to prepare, adapt, and survive. Understanding how fear operates can give us a sense of empowerment. By recognizing it as a tool rather than a foe, we can channel fear constructively, using it to set boundaries and inspire courage. But what happens when fear becomes overwhelming, when it stops protecting us and starts holding us back? Thankfully, modern science provides tools to help us face and manage this primal emotion. One effective method is exposure therapy. By gradually exposing individuals to their fears in controlled settings, they can learn to desensitize their reactions over time. Imagine someone terrified of spiders handling a toy spider before eventually confronting a real one. Each step teaches the brain that the feared object is less threatening than it seems. Another approach is cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, which helps individuals identify and challenge irrational thoughts feeding their fears. If fear says, "You'll fail if you try," CBT encourages the person to retort, "But what if I don't?" Finally, techniques like mindfulness and breathing exercises reconnect us with the present moment, reducing the physical overwhelm caused by fear. When we focus on the now, we can weaken the hold of the fear-driven what-ifs. Overcoming fear doesn't mean eliminating it entirely. On the contrary, fear is too deeply embedded in our biology and psychology to vanish completely. Instead, the goal is to manage it, learning when it serves us and when it sabotages us. Beyond the individual, fear also exerts a powerful influence on society. It shapes our collective decisions and beliefs. Political leaders, media, and advertising campaigns often use fear to push agendas, sway opinions, or boost sales. Doomsday headlines, alarming rhetoric, and fear-driven narratives tap into our primal instincts, making us alert and susceptible. Fear of the unknown, be it foreign cultures, technology, or change, has driven significant historical events, sometimes bringing progress but often fostering division. Understanding how fear shapes us collectively is essential to resisting manipulation and fostering communities driven by hope instead of anxiety. Fear is one of humanity's oldest companions, a shadow that has followed us through the millennia. It is at once a powerful protector and an oppressive prison. By understanding the biological and psychological mechanisms behind fear, we arm ourselves with the tools to navigate it safely. The next time your heart races or your palms sweat, remember these truths. Fear may feel terrifying, but it's a product of evolution and experience, whispering for your survival. The power to conquer it is ours, to face it, harness its lessons, and step forward into the unknown, not despite the fear, but because of it.